I am 31-year-old who loves to start his day slow with some morning sunlight and get energized with a workout and spend some time with my puppy. When I'm not working, then I'm with my family or catching up with my friends or reading some good books. I take vacations every now and then, traveling and exploring places, different culture, or find some new hobbies for myself. I feel blessed every time I think about how fortunate I am to live this life in this way. And all this is because 7 years back I decided to quit my job in IT and start as a digital marketer. And today I'm a freelance digital marketer who has been working with international clients for the last 4 years. And today's topic is something which I'm wondering for the last couple of months or years. My friends, then exactly they are in their 30s as well or in the late 20s, they have been thinking how to increase their income or to have a work life balance, and they have been constantly thinking about that, and it has been a troubling issue for them, and they have reached out to me many times. There are women who got married now have kids, so they are not able to go back to a job office, so they want to have some work from home kind of work where they can work for 9 hours or 5 hours. This is the limited time that they can dedicate. Similarly, there are guys who have got a lot of responsibilities in the last 2 3 years because they got married, or if they are entering into family life where there are parents responsibilities and all, medical bills. So there was a time when they used to chill out in their college days in their initial 20s, but now they are feeling the responsibilities, and the income that they have or the work life balance or could be anything, they are not fulfilled by the kind of job they have been doing. So they need some kind of either external income, some passive income sources, or they want some kind of work which will help them with their family time, be able to spend more time with the kids or their wife, family, relatives, right? So they I have been constantly thinking about that, and many of my friends have reached out to me asking कि यार भाई अचल बताओ तो यार कैसे हम कुछ करें, इतना जो इनकम आ रहा है वो काफ़ी नहीं है, तो वी नीड टू डू समथिंग अबाउट इट. मुझे बात सही है, and I could suggest few things. Problem is they are in their late 30s. I can't suggest them to do internship, right? इंटर्नशिप वो नहीं कर सकते. आप कैसे करेंगे 15,000 सैलरी में इंटर्नशिप, एंड इससे उनको घर चलाना होगा? इज इट पॉसिबल? सो टुडेज टॉपिक वुड बी एग्जैक्टली ऑन दिस. So if you are someone who have been thinking about switching your career and you feel that this is you are late, then stick to this video. I just want to express my views, my point of view. I've been thinking about it a lot, so watch this video till then. From my understanding, there are 4 reasons why someone thinks about a career change. Number one is personal fulfillment or lack of passion. So if you're doing something which you're not passionate about, or you're not feeling fulfilled about the work that you're doing, then it feels empty, right? It doesn't feel like you're happy with what you're doing. You just wake up every morning, dress up, then go to the office, then you do your work, then come back. You don't feel fulfilled from your heart. This is one of the reasons why I quit my job 7 years back. I was working with Wipro. I felt the same thing. कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, रोज सुबह उठ रहा हूँ, खाना खा रहा हूँ, ब्रेकफास्ट कर रहा हूँ, जा रहा हूँ ऑफिस, शिफ्ट इतने बजे है, फिर ख़त्म करके वापस आ रहा हूँ, एंड काम भी क्या कर रहा हूँ? इट्स नथिंग, इट्स नॉट nothing exciting. So you do something which is okayish, then you come back, you do the work, you then sleep, you eat, right? That's it. So you don't feel fulfilled with what you're doing. So that's one reason why many people think about quitting the job. If you're in that position, then yeah, you should start. And the second point is desire for better compensation or job security. If you're working in some place where you don't feel like job security यहाँ पे है, my job could go haywire any time any day. The company has lost its client for the whatever it had, so I can be fired anytime, but I have my bills to pay, right? So in this kind of scenarios, you think about job security. I'm in the private sector. Will I be paid well? Why am I not getting compensation? Why am I not getting promotion? These are the kind of questions that you guys ask yourself, and you don't feel fulfilled with it. So you know that you are capable, or you should be paid maybe 50,000 or 70,000 rupees, but you are getting paid 30,000. You know that there has to be some promotion with the kind of work that you do. Or you might be completely comparing yourself that your friend who is working in another organization might be doing the exact same skills, or might be doing the exact same. You are being paid less than your friend, right? This kind of thing does happen. This is the time when you think about, yeah, then I should switch my career maybe to something else. Or you find yourself that one of your school or college friend who was less intellect than you, but he is able to make more money than you are right now. And now that's the time when you question yourself, यार ये तो मेरे से बुद्धू था लेकिन ये मेरे से ज़्यादा कमा रहा है. It's not that वो ज़्यादा कमा रहा है. The reason being तुम कम कमा रहे हो. That's the main issue. And तुम कम इसलिए कमा रहे हो because you were not able to capitalize on the things that is important to you. और you are not able to capitalize the skills that you have. तुम्हें टैलेंट तो है लेकिन तुम सही जगह पे नहीं हो. तो सही जगह पे तुम जाओगे कैसे वो सोचो. तुम्हारा दोस्त जो है तुमसे कम टैलेंटेड है लेकिन वो सही जगह पे पहुंचा है, सही जगह पे काम कर रहा है. That's what he picked the right decisions. He made the right decision at the right time. That's what makes him different. And the third point is need for a flexible schedule or have a work-life balance. And this is especially applicable to the women who are in 30s. Like I know my friends who have entered in the 30s and they have kids now. They are huge. I mean, they are very talented, but because of the work that they have, or they have to manage the kids and all, they are not able to go to office, or they are not able to spend maybe 9 hours of 10 hours of work like they used to do in their 20s. So this is time when they think that यार अच्युत कुछ बताओ ऐसे कुछ जो घर में बैठ के मैं कर सकूँ. Yes, that made me think यार this is not right. I mean yes, I mean I know people who have qualified very good exams. उसके बावजूद if they are thinking यार मैं भी डिजिटल मार्केटिंग करूँ, कैसे करते हैं, कॉपी राइटिंग कैसे करते हैं, या कंटेंट राइटिंग कैसे करते हैं, भाई मैं बोलता हूँ तुम तो इससे ज़्यादा टैलेंटेड हो. तुमने जो एग्जाम में क्वालिफाई किया है दिस वे मोर देन कंटेंट राइटिंग. उससे ज़्यादा टैलेंट तुम्हारे काम में लगता है. या तुम जो सीखे हो बहुत सालों की मेहनत के बाद तुमने क्वालिफाई किया, लेकिन वाई डू हैव टू थिंक अबाउट फेसबुक एड्स कैसे चलाता है. डोंट थिंक अबाउट दैट. आई मीन आई नो दैट यू आर मोर टैलेंटेड, बट सो it took me time to understand why they are thinking to shift to some digital marketing or something like that. Because when they see कि यार अच्युत ट्रैवल कर रहा है, अच्युत पैसे भी कमा रहा है, कहीं पे जा रहा है, वेकेशन कर रहा है, लेकिन he has the flexibility part. So that's what they see. आई कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड कि यार तुम तो डॉक्टर हो, तुम तो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हो, तुम कैसे डिजिटल मार्केटिंग सीखने की बात कर रहे हो. दैट्स व्हाट आई वाज वांटिंग अ लॉट, बट आई अंडरस्टैंड नाउ व्हाट वेयर दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम. एंड द फोर्थ इज लैक ऑफ चैलेंजेस इन योर जॉब और जॉब स्टैग्नेशन. यार एक टाइम के बाद वो स्टैग्नेट हो जाता है. यू आर नॉट एबल टू थिंक अबाउट देयर नो चैलेंजेस. एवरी टाइम इट फील्स लाइक this is the exact same work which I did. There's nothing for me to think about. There's nothing creativity involved in it. So it feels I have a lot of skills, or I can contribute more than what I'm doing now, but there's no opportunity out there or challenge out there which I want to solve or I can solve. So this skills does not need my amount of effort, right? For example, when I was in Wipro, right, the kind of work I used to do, I used to think यार ये तो कोई 10th class का बच्चा भी कर सकता है. Any 12th class student can do this. So why am I someone who has केमिस्ट्री में मैंने ग्रेजुएशन में मैंने 90% कुछ था और इस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में सबसे ज़्यादा मार्क मेरे थे. सो आई शुड थिंक यार इतना सब पढ़ने के बावजूद रात दिन में बैठ के पढ़ता था ये करने के लिए मैं इतना पढ़ाई किया. आई शुड थिंक दैट वे. And that actually was a good question to ask myself. I'm better than this. I'm better than this kind of. I belong somewhere else. If you think that is what you also going through, you seek challenges. You feel that you are more capable than what you're doing now. Then that's the point when you think that up जॉब स्विच कर रहा है या कैरियर स्विच कर रहा है इस इंडस्ट्री में. आई डोंट सी एनी चैलेंजेस और आई डोंट सी एनी क्रिएटिविटी कमिंग इन. आई डोंट सी एनी अपॉर्चुनिटी वेयर आई कैन यूज माई talent or my knowledge. So that's when you need to think about ahead. So yes, these are the few reasons why someone thinks about shifting. Now since you have decided to change your career, now there will be a lot of challenges coming your way, and I know that you have to overcome all of them. And number one of those challenges will be the age bias. There will be bias of age. You know, you are 30 and now when you plan to enter into workforce, your peers or the friends or the colleague who will be working along with you will be just 20 or आपसे भी ज़्यादा experienced होंगे, right? And similarly, skills के set के हिसाब से you may not have all the skills that might be needed when you are moving to a different career. And the third is financial security. And the fourth is the fear of starting from scratch. I will address all of them one by one. And number one is age bias. Let me tell you a quick story, okay? मैं जब पहले बार for the very first time when I started to use a laptop, right? That was when I was 25. That is just 6 years back. 6 years back when I was 25, that's the first time when I bought my laptop. I remember एक HP का laptop था जो मैंने विप्रो के जॉब से I saved money. It costed me 36,000 rupees. I still have that laptop. I bought that laptop and that was the very first laptop. मैं अपने 25वीं उम्र में at the age of 25, I got my first laptop. And from there, I started blogging. It took me 6 months to learn about blogging. It took me another 3-4 months to learn about how to design a website. It again took me some time to learn about digital marketing. After just almost 10 months, I went for an internship in digital marketing at the age of 26. So at the age of 26, I was doing an internship, something I was starting from very scratch. So age is definitely a problem, is not enough. The most you need to understand that the driving force, I know that there are coders who learned coding at the age of 30 and they're doing a really हमें जो लगता है ना the एज बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, अब मैं कैरियर स्विच नहीं कर सकता, वो गलत है। तुम 30 35 40 तक ठीक है, तुम कर सकते, बिकॉज बाय देन एटलीस्ट यू हैव सम अमाउंट ऑफ मनी। अगर नहीं है तब भी चलेगा, लेकिन व्हेन आई शुड थिंक यार आई एम 25 नाउ, आई एम स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम वेरी स्क्रैच, समझ रहे हो। व्हेन आई वाज 25 आई स्टार्टेड टू यूज अ लैपटॉप, दैट वाज द टाइम व्हेन जियो हैज कम, इंटरनेट वाज बूमिंग, YouTube channels were coming, right? I used to watch YouTube उस वक्त, and that's when I started off. I used to think यार 25 उम्र में अब I'm starting a new career. If I build from here, I can get next promotion as a manager, कुछ भी. But instead of doing that, instead of going for my manager वाला position or competing for that, instead of that, I went for downgraded myself as an intern. So remember, for the first 4 years of my career or 5 years of my career, I was earning the same amount for the 4 or 5 years. Like this was my graph. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. It's the same graph. कभी hike मिला ही नहीं, because I made change. I changed my career. That was the reason. But see today, all I did, it paid me back after 4 years. Remember, 6 years back, 6 to 7 years back, I just got access to a laptop. Now I'm doing good in my life. And this is, so you might feel that this is a lot, but this isn't. Stick to it. All you need is a driving force that you want to excel in your career. If you have the driving force, age is not a limit. Just understand that. Just make yourself understand कि ये ऐसा है. The second point is skill gap. You might feel that I do not have a requisite skills to go for this industry or to just to start. उस वक्त में क्या कर सकते हो? The only thing that you can do is start with getting some certifications if certifications make sense. If certifications help you to get a job, or if certification helps you to get an internship, or if certification helps you to get a paid client, then go for it. Or even a free client, that's fine. But you need to get certifications if it's needed, not necessary. But you have to watch YouTube videos, you have to get the courses, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees. How much does it cost? The nice, good courses, this is it. It might cost you 1000 rupees or 2000 rupees, 7000 rupees, 10,000 rupees. That is max. उससे ज़्यादा चाहिए नहीं. This is the amount that you need to spend getting good skills, or to learn new courses, to learn about new ideas, right? Then you need to implement that. It takes a lot of time, but you have to dedicate 3-4 years. Do your job. In the meantime, dedicate 3-4 hours for acquiring new skills that you want to pursue. It will eventually help you to better whatever skill you are planning to. 6 months of time, you will be in a better position. You will be confident कि यार मुझे आता है. At least I'm able to understand कि ये जो है यहाँ से आ रहा है. That's all what you need. And the third point is financial insecurity. I remember very first time when I was planning to quit my job, I saved myself 3 months का. Before I quit my job, I had saved money to buy the laptop that I was talking about. It cost me 36 rupees. So I was saving. So remember, my salary was 15,000 rupees. I have my monthly expense of 10,000. I need to give money to my parents as well. So all of that, to make a switch or to quit my job, I need to have at least 3-4 months ka balance in my bank account. You know, that period where you can survive when you don't have any income. So you need to save money. So do your job. In the meantime, parallelly work to get new skills and save money. Saving money is very important because it gives you confidence. If I'm not able to crack any job in this industry, then at least I can go back to my previous company or find the similar job in my another company. So financial security is very important, especially when you're 30s is better. I mean, you know better your position than myself, because 30s mein you have a lot of responsibilities. Your parents get old if you have your families and all. So finance is very important. And fourth is fear of starting from scratch. It might sound that it's scary. It's actually scary. 30s mein if you tell anyone, any friend or your relative that you're switching your career from this to this and you'll be starting from scratch, it will freak anyone out. If you're married, then try telling your girlfriend or your wife, then she will be like, oh my god, I know it's scary. It's scary. I do understand that, but it's very important that you make yourself understand, as well as the people who are around you, who are very close to you. You need to make them understand. You need to show them your effort. You need to be working at night कि यार देख बंदा सच में he's determined of what he wants, so he's working on it. So ये जो confidence है, you need to pass on to them as well. First of all, you need to be confident on what you do. If you get confidence on yourself, then only it will pass on to the other people around you. You have to tell your relatives and all those people. You just have to make your people around you. Those are just 4 5 people who are close to you, confident about your decision. Now let's understand what are the practical steps to switch your careers. Number one is self-assessment. Then research, skill development. Fourth is networking, and the fifth is application process. Now let's break down each of these points one by one, starting with self-assessment. Guys, have you read this book Ikigai? Ikigai talks about, you need to find something in which you are passionate about. There is a requirement जहाँ पे आपको पैसा भी मिले, at the same time you will be good at it. तो ऐसे 3 4 चीज़ों को देख के you need to find that skill where you can sustain, where you can make money, where you can make a living. You need to find your ikigai. That's the I read that book. When I read that book, I felt कि यार 4 साल पहले जब मैंने decision लिया था ना, this is exactly the points which I was thinking. Will this make me fulfilled? Does if I get these skills, will there be people who will be buying this? So understand the demand and supply wala part. If I tell you after this, and then will there be people who will be paying me for this, and will I be good at it? I can say that there is a lot of requirement for painters, and I will start painting. Whereas I know that my painting skills will go nowhere. Whereas I know that I have a very poor painting skill. So will I start go and painting, right? No. For me to learn painting, it will take years. So is it the practical way to do it? No. So if you consider these 3 4 points, right, then you will be able to find that one thing which will be relevant for you. For me, for example, in the last 3 4 months, I am very much curious about AI. Last year, I've been started using ChatGPT. I've made video on Mid Journey, then their cloud, the other tools that are out there, which I've been AI tools that I've been trying to use for my marketing purpose. How can I use them for myself? How can I use those tools to help my clients, right? I've been trying to figure this out. So this is something which I've been working on. Similarly, you must be having something which you will be able to connect. When I was starting my wedding photography company, I realized that 4 years back or 6 years back, when I quit my Wipro job, for the last 10 months I was doing assistant photographer. I was working as an assistant photographer, being paid 500 rupees per day. And at that time, I learned few things about I learned few things about wedding photography, that industry. I understood the pain points of the customers. I understood what are the pain points of photographers, videographers, how I can come up with a service which can solve this issue. How can I be relevant in this industry? That's how I started my second business about wedding photography, Hollywood photography. So you can use what is your prior knowledge, what is the knowledge which is required now, how much money that you can make out of it, what is the demand for this particular service or this skill. Right, if you consider these few points, then you will be able to understand. What I'm trying to say is that you can also do SWOT analysis of your skills, right? Is it strength, your weaknesses, the opportunities out there, then threat. What are the things that you can work on, or what are the challenges you might face? If you make this all the list, then if you make a SWOT analysis or self-assessment SWOT analysis of this, then it will help you to give that first foot. If you have 4 5 things that you want to try, do the SWOT analysis. The second is do the research. The best way to do the research is that personally worked for me is that I reached out to people who are already doing what I'm planning to do. For example, when I started off as a digital marketer, or even before I started as a digital marketer, I was doing blogging. So when I was planning to do digital marketing, I reached out to people who are already been in the industry for 2 3 years. I used to ask them, भाई कितना salary मिल सकता है? How does your daily work looks like? How much money you make? What are your job opportunities out there? Where can I find that work? Ask all those questions, and I know that good people who are especially the experts, they will definitely be answering you, because they want more people into their industry, and they want, if they feel there is a saturation level that's happening, then you can tell them there are many people out here who are not able to find job at all. But I'm pretty much sure that if you get into that 1% of that criteria, 1% of that population who are really good at those skills, then you will be able to make a lot of money. That's how it is for all the skills or all the jobs. Only just 1% or 10% people who are good at what they're doing. Rest are just doing. And the third is skill development. And this is something I specifically got exhausted when I started off as a freelancer, because when I was doing my work or when I was doing my job, there are a lot of people out there or my colleagues who are much more experienced than me. So I used to get a lot of learnings from them. I used to get how to do web designing, how to do designing, how to do SEO, how to do PPC. I could learn from all these things from my colleagues about digital marketing. But when I switched my job, or when I quit my job and started off as a freelancer, I had zero clue how to get updated. YouTube, one way of doing it. Second is buying courses. Third is reaching out to people who are already doing it in LinkedIn or Twitter. That was really helpful. And I used to ask questions, maybe 2-3 questions, so that they can answer me. And I used to go to networking events and I used to ask all those questions. So research and skill development is also important. So this is how I used to enrolling in new courses. I every now and then, even I know I've been doing Facebook ads for quite a long now. 2 days after now, on this Sunday, I have a course, or I have an online session workshop at 12. So I'm still getting enrolled. I know that 90% of things that guy will be teaching me, I would be knowing it, but I'm waiting for that 10%. Maybe I'll find something which will help me to grow myself as a Facebook ad expert. I mean, he might be and the guy whose course I enrolled in, he's having maybe 3-4 years of experience, but I don't know, he might end up teaching me something which I don't know. So I'm just happy to learn from others. So that's how you should be about get courses, watch YouTube's, Udemy, Coursera and all those stuff. There's a lot of courses out there. Buy that. Don't hesitate spending money, especially in your 30s. Go for it. Especially when you're in 30s, time matters to you more than, so don't hesitate to spend money. And the fourth is networking. I don't know how much to focus or emphasize on this point. Networking is very, very important. Even now, till this date, when I go to, the reason why I'm going to hostels or I stay there is just because I wanted to mingle with people. I want to talk, understand. No, it doesn't matter if you're a developer. I just want to talk to you, understand what are the coding languages that's relevant in this, in today's world. What is relevant in 25? Are you using AI in coding? Are you using AI in architecture? This could be anything. So what are the tools that you're using? So I ask a lot of questions. So networking events does help. Networking in general, I'm not telling you that you have to go to all the networking events. If possible, then you should be going to that. I do try to go as much as possible. If it's from LinkedIn, if it's from something else, if I see that something is happening, then I don't hesitate in going there. If it's a paid event, well, it's good. They'll be very qualified people. If not, hostels, I go there, talk to people. Networking is very, very important. Don't stop. It will help you one way or another. And the fifth point is application process. So you have to create your own resume. If resume doesn't work, I'll tell you that even in my case, I didn't have much of a resume. It was my learning ability and my curiosity that I showcased it to my the prospect, or I would say that my future client, or could also say that my interviewer in the job. So I was able to show that this guy is genuine, this guy really wants to learn, this guy will work for 10 hours. That was my commitment to him. Told him that, sir, I have a monthly expense of 5,000 rupees to stay where I'm staying in the hostel. This is my interview in 2017 in digital marketing agency. I told him that 5,000 will be my monthly expense. This is what I have to pay my hostel. It's a walkable distance, so I can walk, but this is what but I can work for 10 hours. I'm curious to learn and I will work here for, which was not needed, but anyways I said it. But this is what I told him. I will work for 10 hours, but I want to learn and I'm curious. I have done this. I started blog. I wrote about cryptocurrency. I know how to install Google Analytics. All those stuff I told him. So he was quite impressed. Yaar, naya ladka is very curious about things. So he said, let's me hire you for 6 months in internship. You'll be paid 50,000 rupees, then go for it. 15,000. When I heard about 50,000, why 5,000 मांगा था 15,000 दे दिया मुझे. I was so happy that day. I remember that was really nice. Yes. So that's how life it goes. I mean, application does not really mean that you have to create a resume. If resume is how it works, then do the understanding. What are keywords that you need to do all the research. But getting your foot into the door, there will be different techniques and you need to do in the smart. So before I conclude this video, I want to talk about 3 things that I really want to explain it to you. One is, don't hesitate to reach out to career guidance people. Career counseling is there. Then reach out to industry experts who can really help you. Ask those questions that you really want to ask. Tell them that this is what you're planning to do in the future. क्या मैं भाई कैसे करूँ, मतलब मैं करने का चाहता हूँ और ये मेरे डर है, क्या मुझे पैसे मिलेंगे, आई नो दैट आई कैन डेडिकेट दिस मेनी आवर्स, बट सर यू टेल मी, बी हम्बल, बी डाउन टू अर्थ, टेल देम योर रियल इश्यूज एंड आई एम श्योर दैट दे विल बी एबल टू सॉर्ट यू or help you out in any case. And you don't even know if you really tell some genuine things or your real concerns, and if you're really curious about learning and to excel in the field, maybe some industry expert might offer you an internship without any hesitation. You have seen the movie like Pursuit of Happiness. वहाँ पे क्या होता है, that's a real life bro. ऐसा ही होता है जिंदगी में. Don't hesitate. अपना जो मौका मिलेगा ना, maybe सही लोगों से मिलेगा, तो कभी उसके लिए हिचकिचाहट, तो कभी उसके लिए ऐसे डरना नहीं चाहिए, पूछ लो, अगर तुम्हें कुछ चाहिए पूछ लो, जेन्युइन बातें बता दो. People these days, it's very difficult to find genuine people, so be genuine, be honest with your approach, ask questions that you want, and I'm sure that there are experts who value their time a lot more than money. So you cannot buy their time. You cannot pay some amount ki 1 hour of counseling, you just talk to me and I'll pay you this. Maybe you have to offer something else. Obviously don't hesitate. If you have to pay 10,000 rupees for 1 hour counseling or 1 hour of consultation to some expert, don't hesitate to pay them 10,000. I know it's a huge 10,000 बहुत ज़्यादा है, but if you are able to, I mean, time आपके लिए बहुत important है, right? You are in 30s, for you time is more important than the money. Just understand that. You don't have time waste. आप वहाँ पे नहीं हो जहाँ पे आप कॉलेज पे जैसे ना एक गेड़ियाँ मारते रहते हो और टाइम वेस्ट कर सकते हो. वहाँ पे वैसा नहीं है, आप गलती करोगे, गलतियों से सीखोगे. आप 30s में हो तो आप चाहते हो कि कम से कम गलतियाँ करो. तो फॉर दैट 10,000 rupees is nothing in front of the time that you will have. So talk to someone industry expert for a consultation. Pay him whatever he wants. Just make sure that you ask all the relevant questions, all clear, clarify all of the doubts that you have. Now, since you have discussed with your industry experts, you have better knowledge what you want to do and your future looks like. You have a plan in place. Now this is a time when you need to communicate the same thing to your family members as well. Some people who are close to you. You need to tell them what you're planning. Give that confidence to them. This is what you want to do and this is what you aspire to do. This is not making you fulfilled. This is not giving you enough money for your family to make the living, right? So in those cases, you have to do or explain it to your family member. You definitely need a lot of family support, right? So in this time, especially in this time, you need support from your wife, maybe your husband, your parents. So you need support from them. So make them understand about this situation. Explore opportunities for flexible working hours. You can start working from home now. You need to go to office, could be anything. So in those cases, you need to make an adjustment. This need a lot of family support. And once you make this happen, now all you have to do is you have to make your goals and divide into two. One is short-term goals and long-term goals. Short-term goals are the ones what you want to achieve in the next 6 months. You want to get a job, you want to prepare yourself with some skills, then you have to make it happen, or you have to give interviews, you have to do some certifications, you have to get into a job, you have to do the internship, make yourself better. You need to show them that you are adaptable to the situations out there. Your past experiences is also adding value to your present job. It's not just about the skills, but also your past experience is also helping you, right? You already have 6, 7 or 8 years of experience in working experiences, right? So that job, whatever you learned, you will be able to apply here as well. That's what will be a differentiator for you in comparison to your colleagues or freshers out there. So that's why they need to hire. You need to make the short-term and long-term goals. What will be long-term goals? When do you find yourself for the next 3 years? Do you plan to do freelancing? For me, it was very clear. I told in my digital marketing interview, the agency that I was working in, I told them that I'll be working here for 1.5 years or 2 years, after which I plan to start freelancing or start my own business. That's what my plan was, and I told them in the interview. Not necessarily you have to say this, but should not. You ideally shouldn't say this, because I think that backfired me a little bit. They kind of knew. It paid them well as well, because I was working for 10 hours a day, which is not common. Yeah, it does help. It does not help. It's up to you. So clearly differentiate between the short-term goals and long-term goals. And so I hope if you guys are trying to change your career, then think a lot and hesitate to take action. It's fine. You are in 30s. This should not limit you. Remember, it's everything in the here. So just don't hesitate to take decision. Go for it. Take the decision and switch your career if you feel that's the right decision. That you, the changing environment that we're staying in, inflation is high. Prices of goods, equipments, consumer goods has increased. Petrol and all the stuff. Inflation is on rise. Promotion is not happening. New job opportunities are not coming. AI is coming in, replacing the people, all the stuff. So replacing the AI is replacing the work which is replaced, which can't be done by humans, or which is monotonous, which can be automated. Anything which can be automated will be automated. So that needs to be taken care of. So now I'm telling you guys, if you feel that you want to switch your career, just prepare yourself, plan properly. And alright, I hope this helps. Let me know if you want me to make this kind of videos. I've never made this kind of unedited raw video, but let me know if you like it. I'll keep making such videos.